Hello, my name is Cherise, and I'm going to be going over Interactive Activity 6. We were asked to view the movie Silkwood and or the movie Erin Brockovich. I had the pleasure of watching both movies, more recently Silkwood. And both of these movies dealt with corporations pretty much poisoning people via the workplace or drinking water. And in Silkwood, it dealt with a woman and her coworkers being pretty much poisoned in a workplace if they didn't do what the procedures. If anything happened to equipment, they became contaminated and they went through really harsh showers and still wound up sick and dying from these chemicals. And she even in the movie went to, and this is real life in these movies, and she even went to Washington to speak on behalf of what was going on in her workplace. And it appears that some people were trying to hide things, and people are just, not really caring about these people that had to go and work with these chemicals every day. And just like in Erin Brockovich, people were being poisoned via the water that they were drinking because corporations like to dump nuclear waste in the water that we drink. And we were also asked to look at the crisis with the water in Flint, which is currently going on. Just this past week, the people in Flint were waiting for water to be brought to them, but the truck bringing the water broke down in Kentucky, unfortunately, and it's really sad. And I looked at a timeline for Flint's water crisis, and it appears that issues were starting back in '06, where they were having issues with the infrastructure. And then contracts, there was a contract with Detroit Water and Sewage Department that was ended, and a new contract was signed with Carnegie Water Authority, and it appears that somehow that fell through because then the people of Flint began to use the Flint River for a water source. And then after that, they began testing the water. And then after they began testing the water, before they really started getting, I believe, any readings or thorough results, the Detroit Water and Sewage Department decided to waiver a $4 million connection fee for the people of Flint to get Detroit's water. And it appears that Jerry Ambrose declined to reconnect to the Detroit water system. So then, to make further matters more complicated, it looks like the governor awarded Flint $2 million to find leaks and replace the infrastructure. But then after that, it appears that the EPA found high levels of lead, which caused people to get sick. And is the reason why they're not drinking the water at this time. And I really do believe that people having access to clean drinking water is way more important than a wall, just to throw that in there. And I believe that it is political, and that's a shame, because even looking at this timeline, you're seeing who's stepping in, who wants to do this, who doesn't want to do that. And just because this politician doesn't get along with that politician, let's not give these people clean drinking water. And I think, it gets ridiculous when politicians start doing things like this, especially with something as critical as drinking water. And at the end of the day, a lot of it does point to greed. These companies that are contaminating the water don't want to pay to get rid of waste. They rather just dump it in the rivers and kill the animals, the fish, the deer, us. And then when they get caught, our lovely politicians take money and fine them when these people need to probably really go to jail. They're killing us. And I just pray and hope that it gets better. and thankful for movies that are exposing this, but we need to do a lot better as a global community. Thank you.